Everybody say they talk SEO, but you either talk little SEO or big SEO. You already know which one I do. Ha! Come on! What are they really talking about at the end of the day, man? It's beyond me. Now what we gotta get?
Money, money.
And what it's all about?
Money, money.
And what we living for?
Money, money.
And what we dying for?
Money, money.
Come on, let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it. Yeah, here comes the kid with the black hat. Hold all your bets, here's where the white hat rests. Fucking methods, I'ma step out on my own. About time I retaliate, get away from my throne. Keep the metadata, I'm organic, homegrown. You looking for the goodies, oops, wrong song. I've been holding back on these attacks for so long that I'ma use your IP and probably meet you at your home. Now, let's check the ARPS account and see who really bout it and who just chasing clout. I'm really not the one to do the capping and the faking. If I told you it's a plan, we got a goal, then I'ma make it, yeah. But see, here's what's funny to me. You just an oversized trash can for money to me. You got a pitch so weak, only dummies believe it. Don't gotta prove I'm the truth, you got eyes and see it. Go!
Money, money.
And what it's all about?
Money, money.
And what we living for?
Money, money.
And what we dying for?
Money, money.
Come on, let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. I'm the reason that you wanna hold a conference. Shame on my name for some gain, that's nonsense. All you hear is tick, tick, tick. I'm the bombers, blasted targets, and I'm not with the drama.
The bad's gonna take over.
Now put that in a diorama, comma, pause cause I wanna. I don't follow rules when the rules try to stop me. So I put that SEO on go, the top speed. And I bet your clients mad you and not me. Anytime you gotta show results, you in the hot seat. Oh no, why, how is it this happened? That's the main question your customers all be asking. You the type to take a test and try to pass it. I'm the type to think the professor get all the answers. You probably better off if you become a dancer. Now move out my way cause I ain't giving no more chances.
Money, money.
And what it's all about?
Money, money.
And what we living for?
Money, money.
And what we dying for?
Money, money.
Come on, let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it.
The bad's gonna take over.
Eastern Side Beats.
Presenting your one-stop shop for SEO and virtual assistant services. SEO, GMB, link building, content creation, web design, virtual assistants, and more. Junk removal SEO experts. The best white label platform for SEOs, agencies, and freelancers.
Hey guys, my name is William. In today's video, we're doing an SEO audit for a junk removal company. That's right, we're doing an SEO audit for a junk removal company. If you're new to the channel or you're this first time meeting me, my name is William. I'm the founder of Rank Fortress, rankfortress.com. I have over 20 years of SEO experience, and in today's video, I'm going to show you what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and how to make some money and dominate your city for your niche. Let's dive right in. Hey, good day, Western Rita. My name is William, and I'm going to do an SEO walkthrough for you for your website here at False Junk Removal. And I'm going to show you some things you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and what you should implement so you can start dominating your city for the junk removal space. So you can either give these things to an SEO, do them yourself, or hire us to do them, and you'll start dominating. So let's go ahead and dive right in. You have a beautiful website. I do notice on the bottom that it's built by Ronnie over at Spirit Crest. We're going to see if it ranks. I know immediately because generally Ronnie builds on Duda that it's probably on Duda. We use a platform called Built With. It will tell us what it's built with. So yes, it's built on Duda. Depending on if it's ranking or not will depend on if I tell you, hey, take it off of Duda. Most of the Duda websites that I've worked on either A, don't rank or struggle to rank. I have, out of all of our clients, probably 3 clients that are left on Duda that actually rank. The rest of them, we've had to switch off of Duda because they do not rank. There are some platforms that are better than others. I've actually tested this. By testing it, I meant, for example, I've done the same SEO on WordPress versus Duda. Same process, same everything, same type of GMB, address shown, everything. And guess what? Duda always struggles to rank. Now, can I rank a Duda website? Yes, depending on what type of, how much money you want to spend on backlinks. There are backlinks you can get on Forbes magazine, USA Today, etc. that will rank a Duda website. However, the average blue-collar worker such as yourself does not have anywhere from $100 a backlink to all the way up to $6,000 per backlink, just so they can stay on someone's favorite platform. So I tend to move everybody to WordPress depending on if you're ranking or not. We'll get to that at the end of this, but like I said, as we can tell already, it is on Duda and it is built by Spearcrest. I don't know if you're having them do your SEO or not, but let's go and look at this. So as far as you're up near Baltimore area, your phone number's click to call. Want to make sure that's done that way. The emails, click to email, perfect. I love the branding. I love the colors. The content is not siloed the way I'd want it siloed. So think of it this way. If I say hamburger, you think of a beef patty, 2 pieces of bread, and some condiments. And Google thinks of thousands of variations. The same applies when it comes to junk removal. When you think of junk removal and dumpster removal, Google thinks of thousands of variations. So that being said, you don't just go, well, let me throw in residential, commercial, property cleanouts, demo, and dumpster. You need to have a page for every single one of the keywords that you want to get ranked for, because you want to show Google, hey, Google, I am an expert in this niche, meaning I have answered every single possible question that your website visitors, that the people that use Google are going to be searching for. When you only have a handful of pages, as you do, Google's never going to see you as the expert in that city, especially in these large cities like Baltimore, Baltimore City, etc. Baltimore Baywash area, okay? Now, as far as a website, get in touch. We want this to usually be click to call. I generally will never send a client to a form. Why? Because most people are not going to want to fill out the form. They're going to want a phone number. They're going to want something that goes in a big bold letters, your phone number, instead of this tiny text down here. It is click to call. You do have click to email. That part's good. We'll get back to the, if you will, the social icons and everything in a bit. But most people are not going to want to fill out a form. Most people, when they're looking for junk removal, it's someone, you know, their wife has told them, say, hey honey, I need you to clean out the garage, or you're doing yard work, and you immediately need to call them on your phone and have them pick up. Most people are not going to want to fill out a form. That being said, they're not a bad thing. It's just not going to be something people prefer. Also, always test your forms, because sometimes they break. Okay, now let's go back. Your clutter, free space just starts here. You have junk removal in the H1. One thing I noticed they did not do whenever they built this website is they did not make this a sticky menu. A sticky menu should follow you everywhere you go. Why would you want that? Because as soon as I scroll here, where's your phone number? Where's your email? How do I get a hold of you? Most people are not going to think, hey, let me scroll all the way back up to find your phone number and email. Whereas this is a website I built and we have a sticky menu. The book now follows you everywhere. So you don't have to second guess what page to go on, who to call, how to contact somebody. You want to make it as easy as possible for every single person that's ever going to visit your website. You do not want to make it difficult as this does. It is their job when they built the site, though, to have known this. They did not. Let's keep scrolling. What makes us stand out? Book now. Goes to that form again, once again, which is something I'm not going to use. If you used it, how would I do this instead of this way? I would have put this phone number instead of in tiny text down here. I would have put it up here in big, bold text. Call us now, 443-878-4878, or fill out the form below. Depends on how fast you want. Because I can tell you this, another ranking factor depends on how fast you are actually returning calls. Okay, Google looks at that call information, especially when it's coming from your Google My Business listing or Google Business Profile. This also tells us about, yeah, you're family owned, trustworthy, free estimates, etc. You have custom pictures on here, services you offer. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages. Now, if I click on any one of these, it simply takes me to the home page. It is literally not taking this one. This one takes me to residential. This one takes me to commercial. This one takes me to dumpster rentals. This one doesn't take me anywhere. Interior literally takes me nowhere. It's broken. Okay, they got a broken link here and should not be there. Cleanouts, broken link. They should have had a page up here by now. Property cleanouts, it's fine. Furniture removal, broken. Appliance removal, broken. Miscellaneous, broken. In other words, every time I click on it, it just takes me to the home page. It redirects you. It's called a rel redirect, which Google looks at as bad. Okay, fast, friendly service. This is click to call, great. How the removal process works, great. Book us now. Once again, should have the phone number, big and bold on top. Call us today, great. Serving the vibrant communities of Greater Baltimore. Then you have a map of Baltimore. When instead, they should have put your Google My Business or Google Business Profile embedded here. The map. Okay? Very easy to do. So if, let's say, for example, we wanted to do this, we'd go, I'm going to show you how to do it because they haven't done it. Oh, let's see here. Let me do a business aim. FOS junk removal in Baltimore. So we go over here to maps. So first on scene Baltimore, this is your map. So all you'd have to do is literally take this map to embed it, right? We're going to embed the map. Only thing you got to do, which they should have done, is literally embed the map. Here's your map. Here's a link to embed it. You go to this, copy the HTML, and on your website, you're going to embed it. You always want that embedded on the home page, in my opinion, through experience. I would have put it here. Then you put facts, great. Items we take, great. What have our customers said? I personally would not have put this here, mainly because this is just sliding text. Instead, what they should have done is put the actual Google My Business and hyperlinked it to your website. Why? Like this. Because we want to tie as many of these assets from your Google listing to your website instead of just having text here. This has no trust, no authority. Most people look at it and they think it's a joke because they don't know, did it actually even come from the Google listing? Your clutter-free solution, call us today, great. Cool video. Schedule a pickup. Most people, once again, do not want to schedule a pickup. They want to get on a call and you have someone to pick up a phone. Quick links, home, dumpster, about us, contact us. None of these are broke. I'm just making sure. Anne Arundel County. Now all these, we're going to get to these because I know they're not going to look the way they're supposed to look, but let's open up, we'll get to the social in a little bit, but let's go up here to the service area pages and I'll show you what I mean. But Okay, services. Let's just click on residential. That's not nowhere near enough content on these pages to rank. Even if I could rank just for this right here, this is not enough content. You want at least 1,500 words of unique content about residential junk removal. Every single page we do, like we did on this is how we properly silo our content. We have pillar content like this, we silo it like this. Every keyword we want to rank for, we create a page for, and it is unique and it is expert content. It is not just random, repetitive content. Every one of the pages will rank. Dumpster rental, let's go there, see if it's any different. Same thing. It's not gonna, this is too little bit of a content. If I actually selected all this content, top to bottom, it's got 1,000 words. I want around at a minimum of about 1,500 words of unique content on every single page. Then blogs, we want all the blogs to take and hyperlink back to the supporting pages. These are the pages the blogs need to support. So like when we create blogs at Rank Fortress, we create a blog. That blog is turned into a video on YouTube channel. We optimize that YouTube channel for your area, embed that video on the blog, and then we take that blog and we turn it into a podcast, we turn it into an image stack, and we turn it into a press release. And we daisy chain them all together and feed them to the Google Assets, and then it always ranks, okay? Now go to areas we service. Let's just pick up Anne Arundel County. If I look at these pages, this is old school black hat SEO. We used to do them, it's called mass pages, right? Mass pages, it's literally the same content almost on every single page. The only thing sometimes you change out is the image and the city areas that's mentioned throughout. So if I look at this and go, okay, your trusted junk removal partner, you know, what all is different in here? Does it look any different? If I was to compare, just for example, if I was to compare that page to, let's say, the next page, or if you will, Baltimore City. Baltimore City, bring exceptional junk removal. Baltimore City, the first on the scene, blah, 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 blah. How different is it to this? At first on the scene, we're pleased to offer exceptional junk removal service, community Anne Arundel. You see verbatim, it's basically the same content. Then we scroll down. Why choose us? Same content. Same down here, right? If we go down here, same content. Google looks at these and calls these doorway pages, i.e. it's a black hat tool, and it's also just pure, honestly, in this day and age with AI, lazy. What you want to do is create, this is one of our clients we've worked with in the past, we create a page like this. So for example, every single one of our location pages will have all of our services on it, just like this. And people go, well, isn't that the same? Like every one of your pages have the same services. Correct. However, what is different is we go to every single one of these service areas, and what's different is going to be the service areas, the neighborhoods, the weather, the top sites in the area. All of it will be various. It will never be quote unquote the same every single time. And then what that does is it tells Google, hey, rank us. These are not doorway pages. These are all unique pages. You can look at it like top sites, okay? Go back over here. Top, you know, on, if you will, Prescott. This is top site. Philippine Museum. What was it on Prescott? Different. Everything's different. So like this, the neighborhoods, Prescott, Prescott Valley, Chino Valley. Is it the same here? No, different. So the thing is, every one of our pages, over 90% of our location pages index. Whereas most of the time with these other ones, when people create these doorway pages, they do not index. So don't do them that way. Okay, about us, that's fine, this is good. The whole website looks good, but it's not going to perform well when it's structured the way it is. So let's just say, okay, how many pages do you actually have on your website? Just based on the visual, you have less than 20. And once again, I'm right, you have less than 20. Our average site, this is just a typical client that I built his site. I did 3 months, 4 months worth of SEO. He dominates the top 3 pack in about a 15-mile radius in Ottawa. Okay. Now, that being said, how many pages does he have? And we do this for every single client. Blogs, he has 556 blogs. Pages, he has over 59. He has over 600 pages in less than 3 months. Why? It makes him look like the expert in his city, and therefore Google rewards him. And I could show you, for example, how does Google reward him? Let's just look. Dan's dump run. Let's look it up. Dump run. When he came to me, the man had, I believe around 4 pages. It was a real basic site. I might have actually cleared it out. So, but when he came to me, now he's like in the top, he's in the top 3 within about a 50. There it is. Okay, so junk removal right here. This is in a 21 by 21 area. A 21 by 21 area. This is Dan's dump run, the one I just showed you, this one. He dominates. He's 87% all up here in the top 3 in a 10-mile radius. That was through content and proper website structure. Now, let's look at the next few things. Going to be backlinks and some other things, okay? So let me close out these windows right here. And we're going to go over a tool that's called SEMrush. SEMrush basically shows me how much traffic you're getting or you're not getting, how many backlinks you have, and that sort of thing. You have to be careful. A lot of times SEOs will try to fool you and show you that you're ranking. For example, they'll show you all of this, right? And they'll go, oh my God, you're ranking for so many keywords, right? And in reality, if I actually check off anything out of page 1, you're not ranking for nothing. You're literally getting, search-wise, in the past 30 days, you've gotten 10 clicks. On page 1, if I click on, I said view details. I just want to see what has ever been on page 1. I can look and see. What's ever been on page 1? Top junk removal companies. And this is this one right here. That's a good one. Junk, but it literally got you 3 clicks. And that term, even though it's really hard to get ranked for, literally worldwide only has a volume of 40. It's not worth your time of day. It's a vanity metric in which an SEO will go, oh my God, I got you ranked for top junk removal companies. In reality, it only gets you 40 searches for the entire United States. Junk removal, Owings, Mills, Merritt, MD. No one's going to type in that term. It's over here. You'll notice these little green dots. That's keyword difficulty. Keyword difficulty here is 0. Basically, put a page up, you'll rank for it. You want to know why? Total USA worldwide volume is 70. You only got 5 clicks from that. Same thing with Ellicott City, Maryland. I actually used to live in Baltimore. Keyword density is a 6. Basically, put a page up and you'll rank with a brand new page, because you only get a worldwide volume of 30. Traffic, you only got 2 clicks out of it. So your total 7 clicks or whatever from these right here. So the keywords I go after is junk removal near me. And the reason I go after that is your niche is junk removal service. If you look over here, you'll see you got demolition contractor, service establishment, all these. I wouldn't even have any of these other, if you will, categories on here. I just have junk removal service because that's the main niche you're in, unless you're actually a demolition company. Okay, personally, if you're a demolition company, I'd have a separate website for it altogether. Now, let's look at the backlinks. What type of backlinks was the SEO company building you out? And so we want to look at this because I want to show you the type of backlinks you should avoid and the ones that are going to be good. So if I go to referring domains, this is going to tell me the domains where they're coming from. You'll notice immediately this one is coming from Brazil, this one's France, this one's Moldova, Singapore, Moldova, Brazil, Moldova, Denmark, Moldova, Singapore, and Netherlands, and Moldova, and very few United States based ones. You should look on this and see a ton of United States based flags. Why does that matter? Because if your business is located in the United States and you're getting a bunch of backlinks in another country, Google is going to be very suspicious of your website and penalize you. For example, this client, all United States based. All United States based. You got very few that are from other countries in here. Mostly I'm looking at is a bunch of American flags, so it's not suspicious. Another thing I look out for is someone using or outsourcing to someone that doesn't know what they're doing. A lot of times what will happen is they'll get pornography or adult entertainment links in there. So if you look up the word, for example, escort, do they have any pornography or escort links on here? Yes, they do. It got dropped on here April 4th of 2025. So we need to get that removed. We need to get every one of these foreign website backlinks removed so we can start ranking you. Now, where do you actually rank? So let's look at that. I'm going to grab what's called your CID, which is over here. You do not have your address shown, which already puts you in a weak spot. Basically, the number one ranking factor in Google is going to be proximity. Proximity is based on how close is the potential client to your address. So once you got rid of the address because you thought you were obeying Google's terms of services, you have now put yourself in a weak position. It's like trying to climb a mountain while pushing a boulder. Can it be done? Yes. Do I rank service area businesses all the time? Yes. It just takes more work. That's all. Okay. The second one, though, is the address or your street address and city and state and all that. That is a trust or brand factor. It's part of branding, and whenever you get rid of it, you lose a trust signal. So we want to always make sure we have that, but even if we don't, I can still rank you. So, you know, that's just one thing. Let me grab the CID over here. We're going to go into a tool. It's called Local Dominator. Now, Local Dominator basically is just a GeoGrid reporting tool in which I see where are you ranking. I do these live so you don't think, hey, William's fudging a report or William's making shit up or anything like that. So you can see I'm doing this live. This is not something pre-recorded or something like that. It's literally done live. Junk removal near me, junk removal. I want to also make sure it's like, okay, do you also do dumpsters? And we want to make sure if we got that, we'll include that. Dumpster rental. So we want dumpster rental. We also want dumpster rental near me. All right, so we go dumpster rental and dumpster rental near me. Now, I'm going to do this in about a 15 by 15 GeoGrid radius, and between each point is 1 mile. So this is about a 7-mile radius. Once you're ranking in the top 13 like this is a 6-mile radius. We then take you to a 15, which is a 7-mile radius. We then take you to a 21, which is a 10-mile radius. Now, depending on where you're at, this may take you to 21, if you will. This 21 or 10 miles may take you anywhere from, 45 minutes to over an hour. And knowing that it's in the Baltimore, Washington area, I know it's going to take a long time to drive because I used to drive the Bay Wash area. So let's just do a 13 by 13 just to see where are you actually ranking. This also puts you in Columbia because you're not an address shown. So Columbia is right here. I'm going to assume you're right here, and let's run the GeoGrid report and see what it comes back with. Now, depending on the geographic report, you'll see a bunch of green dots pop up, and then you'll see some reds and yellows and oranges. And you'll be like, all right, so William, how do you use that report to rank? So based on that report, I look at it and go, all right, where are you weak at? Where are you strong at? Where are you ranking at? And then every month, I literally look at the reports every single week, and I run reports every week, and I say, if they're not ranking in this area where it's red or orange or yellow, we'll focus on those areas until we get you ranking. Now, once you're ranking in a specific area, we can divert our attention away from that area into a new area until we turn that entire map green as a cabbage patch, so you're making money. Now, as you can see, for dumpster rental near me, and junk removal near me, they're barely in the top 20. So if we go junk removal near me, dumpster rental near me, and yes, I will send these reports over to you, we're going to go over this. So then I can see where you're weak at and everything else. So according to this map, you're not ranking down here, reds here, oranges and yellows and greens here. Usually where it's green right here, when you're a service area based business like you, that tells me that's where your actual address is. It's kind of like playing a little where in the world is Carmen San Diego, and I kind of have to move the map around a little just to figure out where you're actually at. Even though, you know, it says, hey, you're right here, I'm going to try to find out where you're actually at, and I'm going to move you a little bit. So Baywash or Baltimore Washington is where you want to be. And so I'm going to move it just a little bit this way just to rerun this report and see if I can get it pop some. But now once we know where you're at, then we concentrate on it. The red, yellows, green, you know, all the different areas where you're not ranking, we concentrate all off-page SEO on. Even our on-page, even our blog writing, everything, we concentrate all our effort on that. Now, this is a typical site map, so you can see what we do, the type of blogs we be writing, all that jazz. Now, let me go ahead and see if this report is done running, and I will get that to you. Like I said, I'm going to be sending this video walkthrough over to you. I will send you your report. I will send you your tasks. I'll send you the game plan, everything for free. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how much everything's going to cost if you wanted us to do it. So you are in the top 12 for junk removal near me. That will take me less than 3 months to get you in the top 3, dominating that entire area, and then I can start stretching it out. So this is the area. This is what we want concentrating on, and we dominate it. I'm going to move it up a little bit more because I think you're probably up in this area. Kind of want to find out where you're at so I can actually give you a really good game plan to dominate, because when you're a service area based business, like I said, your address is hidden. Google says you're down here, but I think you're probably up somewhere near here when you actually, if you will, opened up your GMB. Generally wherever it's green at is where you're originally at. So unless you message me back, once I send you everything and say, hey, I was actually in this city or this neighborhood when I open up my GMB, then I can base the report on that. But just off of these pre-reports right here, I can already tell you 3 months or less, top 3, you'll dominate that entire area in a 10-mile radius. And I'd love to take you on in Baltimore. I have no clients in Baltimore. I only take up 1 client per city. So if I take you up in that area, I only take on 1 client in that area. So I don't take on multiple clients in multiple areas because I am not a sleaze bag like a lot of people are. So you are, yep, just as I thought, you're closer to the northern part. You're not really in the, you're a little bit away from Baltimore, basically. Like Baltimore's over here, this is where you're not at. You're actually right in this area, near Randallstown, Milford, and all that. So what we'd wind up doing is we're going to concentrate our efforts on all these yellows, oranges, and reds, get these all completely green. And like I said, this is in a 6-mile radius. And then once you are there, then I will take this and I'll expand it out to 15 by 15, which is a 7-mile radius. And then once you're in that, then I will expand it out to a 21 by 21, which is a 10-mile radius, like that. Okay, now I want to show you something. So you see this red box that's around this area? Basically, this is what happens. When you say you're a service area based business, you choose all the areas or cities you supposedly are in, and you say that you serve, and then Google creates a little box around everything. So like, the reality is, it's like playing Where's the World is Carmen Sandiego. My belief is you're probably in this neck of the woods, and that's where you were whenever you opened up your Google business profile. Therefore, that's where we're going to start out. Now, how much does all that cost to get you ranking in the top 3 to take you from this to solid green? Because what we want to do is we want to take this map and we want to get you some phone calls, which is customers. Now on this map, let's just say, for example, you're only ranking in 37% of the area. So it basically means, you know, you're missing a good 63% of all traffic. Let's say you're only getting 30 calls a month right now. If I was to calculate your return on investment with my calculator here, pretty much what I do, I go, average job's $400. My cost on sale today is $8.95. If I just gave you another 30 phone calls a month and only closed 3% of them, that's an extra 12 grand a month, or another 144,000 a year. I've returned on investment almost 1,300%. So I think that's a really good deal for you. Now, you want to learn more about me and the company, just go over to rankfortress.com. You can even go through the office tour. I actually have staff. I actually train my staff. I do also coaching and mentorship. I do live in the Philippines. This is the area that most people actually outsource their SEO to. Most of the guys that actually do SEO or do web design actually outsource it to companies like mine in the Philippines, and this charge you about 2 to 3 times as much as what they pay. Now, if you want to book a call with me, just click Speak to William, and then you can speak to me. Now, let me show you the stack. The stack is essentially going to be, hey, this is what we're going to do for you as far as SEO. So the stack is, we want to check and make sure you have, for example, you got your foundational social profiles, you got your voice profiles, you have backlinks, you got the Web 2.0s, you had all that. If you ain't, we're going to create it all for you. You have your cloud page established. No, you don't. We're going to do that for you. Advanced G-Stack. No, we're going to do that for you. Then we're going to do the press releases. So what's included in this stack, if you actually wanted to see it, if you go to services and backlinks, besides, this is all of our off-page SEO, the Advanced G-Stack, Cloud Stack, Infinity ID Loop, YouTube Stack, Podcast Stack, and Image Stack. If you want to see what's included in each one of them, just click Get More Info and go down here to see a sample report, and then you can click on the sample report and see what each of them look like. This, I know most people are like, what is it? This is a lot of Google assets all embedded on something that looks like a website. Okay, easiest way to tell you, and it's very, very effective. Okay, now if we go over to Cloud Stacks, what's that? Descriptions on here, as well as a sample report. What's the Cloud Stacks look like? Amazon Cloud Stack in particular. All of that's right here. It's basically everything that's on the Advanced G Stack embedded into a cloud on Amazon. i.e., it's a very high DA backlink. Okay? When you make one of these backlinks, it's extremely powerful because it is on Amazon. It is not something that is, if you will, easiest way for me to put it. It's not something that's crap. It's something that's on a very high DA type backlink. It's something that is used by Amazon, Google, and everybody else. You got Amazon here, Backblaze, DigitalOcean, Google Cloud. All of these are high DA backlinks, okay, or platforms. Now the next is going to be, so for example, after we do those, then we do an infinity loop. And I have the example of an infinity loop on here. An infinity loop includes the advanced GStack, Cloud Stack, and an ID loop. An ID loop is simply an Amazon Cloud Stack with all of your, if you will, Google Advanced Drive stacks embedded and a bunch of powerful backlinks sent to it. Okay, this is not something most clients are going to see. This is something that Google's going to see, and it's feeding the Google algorithm every single month. Now if we go over here and go, what's a YouTube stack? So the YouTube stack is part of the blog stack. Sample report. This is a typical, if you will, optimized YouTube channel. All of the local information on here. If you click on any of the videos, these are all made with AI, of course, but inside the description, latitude, longitude, map information, keywords, and information from the blog, timestamps, all that information, all of which helps it rank. And YouTube is the second largest search engine and is owned by Google. Next is the podcast stack. So the podcast stack, for example, podcast sample report and SoundCloud, so Podomatic, but we're going to usually use Spotify or SoundCloud or one of these other ones, and we'll create, if you will, podcasts on these channels. It has brand name, it also has information about the business, about everything. If you look on any of these, it will give you information about the company. The whole point of it all is it's all daisy chained together with information about them. So you can click on any of these, which ones are popular, if you have albums or playlists or anything, what's the station, if you had a station, all that information. So it's all in there, and that's part of our, if you will, podcast stack. Image stack is essentially putting a bunch of images across a lot of authoritative platforms, because most people think of Google Maps, and if you will, they'll think of some other ones like, let me show you real quick. So why is it important? So for example, since you're asking, if I go to look up, let's just say junk removal, or I put in your brand name, like my brand name, Rank Fortress, and I went to images, that's how we get images in here. Why are videos important? Because there's this algorithm. Why is short form content important? Because there's this algorithm. Most people only concentrate on this, which is the organic and maps, when in reality is there's not just organic and maps, there's also organic, there's maps, there's video, there's short form, there's YouTube, Facebook, everything. You want to be seen everywhere. The only way we do that is through all these things. Now, if you were to piece all those different pieces together, how much everything costs, it's well over about $1,500, $1,600 a month. Okay, plus the content, that's $3,000. If you go here, like I said, to SEO, it's the premium SEO. It's guaranteed. We top 3 rankings within 3 months or less. Or we pause your billing and work for free, or I issue you a full refund. The cost today is only $895. That's giving you a free website, free 1 million words of content, and free 20 hours of VA services to use as you wish, and the SEO, which is $895 a month. So if you have any questions, just reply back to this email and I'd gladly help you, or simply book a call. You can book a call at rankfortress.com, and I will gladly help you. Anytime you want, I'll do it. So, but if you go to the website, you can go underneath backlink services and you'll see all the different services. The Advanced G Stack, Booster Cloud Stack, Infinity, all these things come with it, and we're going to get you ranked. And I promise to do it in 3 months or less, or I'll give you a full refund. So thank you so much. You have a great day, and be blessed.